All Sweat Summer has recently begun, and I've noticed a lot of discussion on X about how this summer event is the worst of them all, and this signals the end of summer events. After seeing all these posts on X, I began to wonder, is the player base overreacting, or is this summer event genuinely bad? Join me as we dive in and explore whether this summer event lives up to the negative hype. If you enjoy this type of content, let me know in the comments below, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. I hope you enjoyed today's video. The structure of this video will involve discussing each summer event, including its duration, content, and I'll give my personal thoughts. Let's kick things off with the first summer event, 14 Days of Summer. This event took place during Chapter 1 Season 9, you remember that season, the one where the pump shotgun was removed and every time you launched the game, the splash screen would flashbang you. The summer event took place in Update 9.30, and I want you to remember this because this is very important. This summer event was considered a content update. The event started on June 25th, 2019, and it lasted, yep, you guessed it, 20 days. After Update 9.30 was released, we saw summer-themed props all around the island, including a large beach ball, a massive umbrella, and a giant rubber duck. Each day you would launch the game, there was something new. There were quests that were unlocked daily, providing a free reward when completed, and yes, looking back, I can't believe I got all of them. Additionally, a new weapon was unvaulted every 24 hours, a new Victory Royale theme that said Summer Royale when winning a match, and there was a new LTM introduced daily. Creative was in the spotlight, promising a new featured island every day, and Epic even managed to tie in Save the World players, something you don't hear every day. They stated that you will unlock a new explosive weapon if you completed some quests. Unfortunately, I couldn't find details about that weapon in the game files, but I digress. Along with all of this, there were cosmetics like summer skins. While I won't list them all, the cover art for the 14 Days of Summer highlighted some of these cosmetics. And just 5 days after the summer event, we experienced the final showdown event. Whew, that was a lot. How did Epic Games manage to do all of that? I mean, they must have a short deadline since this is a live service game. You can't pause a day in order to complete a task. They must have a team that worked all day and night every week with no breaks, relaxation, or well, that's not good. In April 2019, Polygon published an article exposing the alleged crunch culture at Epic Games, mainly during the development and maintenance of Fortnite. Crunch culture is a term often used in the video game development industry to describe a work environment where employees face intense pressure and long hours to meet tight deadlines. According to the article, it was alleged that some Epic employees worked 70 to 100 hours per week. Let's think about this for a moment. Fortnite releases updates every 2 weeks. During that time, the team had to create at least 19 skins, each with its own pickaxe and back bling, along with emotes, banners, loading screens, and implement these LTMs, which some of them were created just for 14 Days of Summer. Now, in response to the article, Epic Games mandated a 2-week vacation for employees between June and July of 2019. That's exactly why we had this summer event. It was to keep us busy during Epic's 2-week break. Man, that got heavy quick. And this next one doesn't get easier. Let's dive into the second summer event, Summer Splash 2020. Oh no. Now you know why I said this doesn't get easier. Global pandemic aside, this event features some elements from the previous one, like LTMs, item shop skins, and what's that? Oh, that's it? No, you have to be joking. Oh, that is it. No quests with free rewards? No map changes like summer props? Yup, none. It boiled down to just LTMs and cosmetics in the item shop. This summer event took place in Chapter 2 Season 3, and personally, the worst season in Fortnite history. But, personal opinions aside, there were a lot of item shop skins. The official blog post showcased only 4 of them in a promotional image, and mentioned 4 more in text form. Now, you may be wondering, wow, there are a lot of skins. Did they pull a Chapter 5 Season 3 item shop layout where all the skins were in one item shop? No. Oh, I forgot to mention. Summer Splash 2020 lasted until the end of Chapter 2 Season 3. It started on June 30th and ended on August 27th. A full 58 days. Now, all jokes aside, I will say Epic Games deserves a ton of credit for how they handled the pandemic. The whole world shut down during that time, and every aspect of life has changed for everyone. Yet, the fact that we got 4 seasons and 4 live events, all while working from home, is something that shouldn't be downplayed. It should be acknowledged and applauded that they managed to do that. Now, let's dive into the third summer event, the Cosmic Summer Celebration. This event took place during Chapter 2 Season 7, and I think we're all familiar with this. It was a not live event despite the post that Fortnite made that made it seem like it was a teaser for a live event and Believer Beach had a stage. When the event started, players quickly realized that it wasn't a live event and it made Fortnite players mad. Yes, that one. This year, Epic Games decided to shake things up on how they handle free summer quests. As I mentioned in the previous summer events, all quests were in Battle Royale. But this time, they shifted them to creative. You couldn't join any random creative match. To complete these quests, you had to join specific creative maps, like Bio Zone War Trios, Pro 100, Freaky Flights, and The Pit. I don't remember if I unlocked them, let me go check. I guess I did. I don't remember because I don't play creative games. Anyway, this is when everyone was beginning to understand that Epic was on their 2-week vacation and this was meant to keep us busy. This summer event lasted 14 days, and besides the free rewards, we had map changes that were mainly on Believer Beach. We also had summer shop skins, and personally, this was the best lineup for summer skins. Let's move on to the fourth summer event, No Sweat Summer. This event lasted 19 days, there were summer props at the beach east of Sanctuary, and it introduced some changes in how quests were handled. This time, there were 2 quests that you can complete during the summer event. One was No Sweat Insurance, and the other one was Rebuild the Block. When we talk about summer quests, No Sweat Insurance is the main one due to the amount of free rewards. Epic Games returned to the familiar Battle Royale quest format, breaking down the main quest into subsections. There was the No Sweat Sponsorship, No Sweat Marketing, and No Sweat Product Recall. Funny enough, I did remember doing some of the quests, and I unlocked all of the— oh right. Seeing the backbling edit style, you see one that I did not manage to unlock. Yeah, there was a small controversy related to the backbling edit styles. If you were a crew member, you had access to exclusive edit designs, Ice Blastus No Crunchum, and Cuddle Cerise. The first one is just in case you didn't log in during the event. However, players weren't too thrilled to see that this free reward was tied to a paid subscription service. I didn't really mind that crew members got access to exclusive edit style, but I do mind that it shows a lock symbol to remind me that I'm poor. Anyway, let's talk about the second quest pack, Rebuild the Block. This was branded as the Block 2.0 due to it being a community event. After the battle between the IO and the 7, players had a chance to choose which building would replace the rubble when tilted. There was another controversy with this. If you voted for a building, you received minis. So, when you approached the voting board, it would auto-select the third building, and for players who didn't really care about who would win, would just spam click and the third one would go on and win. They did address this, but the damage was already done. This is the first time I didn't get all the rewards. I got the Seaweed Contrail and the Scary Pickaxe, but not the Ouroboros Backling. There were item shop skins, one of them was in a bundle, and Epic highlighted 4 of these skins in their blog post. This was the first summer event where it was followed by a mid-season event with a mini battle pass. It was the Dragon Ball Power Unleashed event. And remember this because you would hear mentions of a mid-season event with a mini battle pass a lot more. The 5th summer event was Summer Escape. This was where the community were voicing their opinions about how unpleased they were about these summer events. Taking place during Chapter 4 Season 3, this was the season where we got the Jungle POI. Don't get me started about that season. The event lasted 14 days, and in this summer event, there were summer props in Sassoon Lagoon, first time hearing that POI, ice cream on vaults, and new reality augments. Remember those? As for the summer quests, they follow a similar pattern to the previous year, focusing on Battle Royale and breaking down into subsections. These include the Quench Quest, Lagoon Party, and Make an Entrance. I honestly don't remember doing these quests, but I did unlock them, and if you were a Fortnite crew member, you got the Nanner Buddy backlink for free. As for the summer skins, most were simply extra edit styles for existing skins. The official blog post highlighted 2 new skins, and interestingly, they mentioned that Paradise Meowskulls is now available to be unlocked, despite it being a Battle Pass skin. After the summer event, we got the Break the Curse mid-season event with the mini Battle Pass. But As I mentioned, everyone was displeased with this event and players were talking about how bad the season was, and I agree. That season felt off tempo. The Boomerang Mythic sucked, the updates weren't that interesting, and I wanted to voice my opinion about it, which led me to create my first ever long form video. And finally, fast forward to today, where we have All Sweat Summer, and there's nothing sweaty about it. I actually don't know the end date, some say 2 weeks while others say a month. Regardless, this summer event revolves solely around quests, and yeah. We do have the Underwriter as an NPC on the island, but he doesn't affect the challenges or offer anything unique. There are competitive changes, which include disabling vehicles and their items, as well as Nitro Fists, and characters are no longer hireable. But beyond these adjustments, that's it. There are no map changes, no summer skins, just quests. So, have summer events gotten worse? Well, at face value, yes. I came across a Reddit post where it says they're not even trying anymore, and it showcases all the summer event rewards. Well, almost all, except for the 2020 event, which, let's face it, I don't consider it a summer event. But here's the thing, I think the point that players are missing is that they are looking at a small section, which is the summer event, besides looking at the bigger picture, which is the whole season. Let me use Chapter 1 Season 9 as an example, since players use that as the pinnacle of summer events. In that season, we were expecting 3 things: the summer event, the birthday event, and the main season event. Now, shift to Chapter 5 Season 3, where we're only expecting 2 things: the new season and the summer event. But guess what? We got more than we expected. Alongside these 2 things, we also saw a collab with Fallout, we got an update to LEGO Fortnite, Fortnite Festival, and Rocket Racing. We had a Metallica concert with challenges, and Epic recently released Fortnite Reload, which was possibly created using Unreal Editor, which also has free rewards. Looking ahead, we're still expecting the Pirates of the Caribbean mid-season event, which has a mini battle pass with more free rewards, possibly an end-of-season mini event, and much more we don't know in a not too distant future. Look, let's talk about Fortnite's evolution. Gone are the days where Fortnite used to be just another battle royale game. We need to stop pretending that we don't see the direction Epic Games is moving in. They're moving in the direction of the metaverse. We see Epic Games president Adam Sussman posting about it, and we see Epic Games vice president Zach Pearson moving in that direction, saying that they are shaping the future of the creator-powered multiverse and they have something planned that we don't know yet. Even Donald Mustard saw this shift. He wanted to compromise with Tim Sweeney, but no deal was created, so he announced that he was leaving. Yeah, it sucks that this year we don't get to see cool promotional art or even a trailer. This was the first summer event that didn't feature both of those. But that's because Epic Games is busy creating something that we have yet to see. Remember what I said was happening behind the scenes at Epic Games? The alleged crunch culture where employees were working 70 to 100 hours? Hopefully they address this toxic environment and they're not working their employees to death. But we don't get insider leads, but when we do, it's a big deal like this recent one. Recently, we had an insider lead that said that Epic Games was moving their staff over to their 5 big projects. And we saw it after the Big Bang event. Who knows where the staff is now? And all of this might mean a decrease in production and quality in future season events like Fortnitemares and Winterfest, but we'll have to wait and see. Fortnite is always finding ways to innovate and move forward as a company. That's how innovation works. However, with that might mean leaving legacy things behind, whether it would be quests, game modes, or operations. It may be possible in the future that seasonal events may no longer exist. Instead, we might be moving towards a new wave of events that involve a collaborative mini battle pass with quests. I love you all, and I will see you very soon.